But now it's time for us to move on to the next segment, which is called Rapid Fires. Now in this segment, yay! Everyone's favorite segment. In this segment, I'll be asking my guests biased questions that they've got asked at some points in life. And for Sabina's case, obviously some misconceptions and biased questions that she got asked about her own identity and about Kazakhstan as well. So Sabina, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's go. Question number 1. You're from Kazakhstan, Borat?
Yeah, we have like this, like many people will associate, I think, with this movie for a lot of years until maybe we do something like bigger than that movie. But it's not true, guys.
It's not. It's you mentioned the main character is basically acting very stereotypically Kazakh, and not every Kazakh person acts like that, right?
And it's not even like he's not even acting like a Kazakh. Like he is doing some random things and calling himself like that he is from Kazakhstan, and you're just like, what are you doing? We don't do like that. Yeah.
And next question. Do you still live in yurts and ride horses?
Sure. I have the bunch of horses waiting for me to go home after the recording.
That sounds exciting. Question number 3. Where are you from? Afghanistan? Pakistan? Or one of the stans?
Yeah. But yeah, that's actually I think, and people got it very like frequent, especially somewhere like in European countries. You're just like stan thing, so they relate it to any stan that exists. Or they might think that we might have a war because like they associate us with like Afghanistan or like, yeah, and we're like, oh no, thank God.
No, and so do people normally think all the stans are the same?
I'm not sure about that, but I believe that there are some people who do. Yeah.
Right. I do agree that there's very little understanding about Central Asia because I have spoken to a person that I know, and then when I told him about like, oh, I'm very curious about Central Asia, and then the person was literally telling me that, talk to this guy that I know. His wife is from one of the stans. I was like, okay, one of the stans. I mean, You can't even tell me which one it is. So now let us move on to the next question. Question number 4. Is Kazakhstan an Islamic country?
It's not. Yeah. So there are most of people who follow this religion and so on, but officially it's not an Islamic country.
Okay.
Like on the governmental level. Yeah.
Right. And the next question, this one is an odd one. People steal brides in Kazakhstan?
Actually, now on the state level, like according to the laws, it's illegal, to steal some brides and so on. And it's not something that most people are okay with. But it is a tradition, and it was a tradition like that. And actually, originally, before some guys decided to steal some random girls they liked, and then it became the law that you can't do like that. You can go to prison if you do this. But before, in maybe some nomadic periods, Kazakhs, they have 2 weddings. They have like wedding from the girl's side when kind of parents are saying kind of goodbye to their child, and now they are giving her to the husband and so on. And another wedding from the men's side. And actually, as far as I know, I'm not sure, but as I've heard, many people like they kind of agreed to steal the bride, like the bride and groom. They agreed that he will steal her at arranged time and day, because at this point, the girl's side is not like they don't do the wedding from her side, and sometimes it's just a financial moment, when there is not enough resources to do the wedding, two weddings, and that's why they can do like this movement, trick the system, trick the tradition. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. But now it's like most people don't do that anymore.
Exactly, like it's prohibited.
Yes, it's illegal, everyone. Don't even try to do that in Kazakhstan when you travel there.
Yeah.
And the next question, you are Chinese, Korean, or Japanese?
Yeah, like sometimes I feel like people don't know any other like Asian nationalities, and they just start guessing by the most common ones, and they're just like, are you this, that? And you're just like, probably you will never guess, while like I just need to say, yeah.
Exactly. Like a lot of people tend to think, oh, Asians are just Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. And then some people are not even sure if, like, what Southeast Asians are, like whether Filipinos are Asian. So, yeah, I mean, I hope we will not have to answer these kinds of questions very soon. And finally, last question in this rapid bias segment. Do you really eat horses?
We do.
So that's not a bias. And
it's not, yeah.
And that's okay as well, because as you mentioned, it is a tradition, and there is a very real reason why people historically eat a certain meat or a certain food ingredient just to survive based on wherever they are geographically. Thank you so much for doing this rapid bias segment with us.